Okay. Let's see. What am I missing? So, we got this. We got the turrets. We got the hydraulics. It is front and rear plates. That's good. Fingertips. I think I need a Brillo pad down here. Or something like that. Where's my Brillo pad? These hydraulics need to be polished up. That's better. See if that shows up on this. All right. That was a pain. Found my stuff. Now, let's see. Let's get small. Mosquito. That looks pretty good, apparently. Where's that stainless at? Getting pretty close. Need to bring that down though. Where's my file? Brilliant. Always put your best foot forward. How am I going to polish those guys off? I think what we'll start is printing the Baxter Bulldog. Let's get old Baxter going. Or alrighty. What in God's name? Whatever. Oh, first layer action. That's what you see, that first layer is coming down. Very nice. All right. Looking good. There's my coaster over there. Let's see here. Now I gotta depopulate this guy and put it on the new leg that's not screwed up. There we go. Okay, and that is out. Oops. Butterfingers again, as always. And where? Oh, there's hydraulic. And today, we are going to be polishing these hydraulics up a little bit. You see how dull they are, but we can get them to a pretty decent sheen with a little bit of the oldie Scotch-Brite, which is what we're going to do before we put it back on. There we are. Nice and shiny now. Looking good. Make you look like you're sitting somewhat comfortably. All right. Hi, JK. Welcome back. How you doing tonight, buddy? Still raining up there? We didn't get any rain today. We were supposed to, but still dries the bone. Oh, cool. Still in the 30s? Or was it lower? Push this guy out. Oh, not bad. Not bad. So we're supposed to get tomorrow too. It's be in the 20s, you know, mid to upper 20s. Be nice. Nice break from all the heat. I am bushwhacked today. I almost didn't come on. But I was like, show must go on, man. So what have you been up to today? Did you order that printer yet? There we go. Come on. There it is. From what I understand, it's actually a really good printer. It should do everything that you want it to. It's got a good build plate. I mean, it's very fast compared to what I'm used to, so it should satisfy. How much do those things go for, anyways? Are they like $300, something like that? I don't know what it is Canadian, but that reminds me, I found something very interesting. Huh? Hit me. What is it? There you go. Polishing the pistons up. You can see a little before and after. Scotch-Brite does a bit of wonder. $5.69. Okay. I knew our currencies were close, you know. I wonder if you guys got like VAT tax and stuff like that on there. There we go. Nice and shiny. Oh, yeah. Here in Missouri, we have 10% on everything too, so it sucks. It always started out small. It's like, oh, it's just gonna be a 4% tax. Then it was 7, then it was 9, and now it's a solid 10. I'm sure it'll be 20% tax in the future. And they always say the tax is going to go to make our schools better, right? And they don't. They don't make them better at all. Okay, let's see how this guy fits. Ooh, it's a little stiff. But we will give it a go. Come on. Must align. There we go. That feels pretty good. Okay. Next. Next. Oh man. I hope. Let's see here. Get as close to resin quality as possible from FDM. Oh yeah, yeah. That is like that has been a challenge for a lot of people in FDM for a long time, and they're really making some good headway on that. Yeah. The only problem is it just takes longer, you know. Resin is much faster than FDM when it comes to high quality, but you can get really close in terms of like detail and stuff like that. Different nozzle sizes, layer heights, speeds, you know, outer skin layers, things like that. You can do all kinds of stuff. Yeah. Are you talking about doing like resin supports in FDM? Because that's been going around a lot too lately, especially for miniatures, like, you know, high detail miniatures. Where is... Ah, there we go. Oh, good. I got a couple more pieces here. I forgot to print his face shield. I can do that. Well, tell me what you found, because maybe you found something I haven't heard of. You should join Reddit, by the way. It could be a bit toxic, but they've got, you know, a forum for the A1 and just 3D printing miniatures and stuff like that in general. Tons of good tips in there, you know. Found a free toll from a YouTuber. And what is said free toll? There we go. Oops. There. And upper leg armor. Beautiful. There we are. Starting to come together. Awesome sauce. There we are. Looking pretty good. Now, we have to do... Kind of don't want to do the turrets right now. Yeah, go ahead. Post a link if you want, man. I'll check it out. I'll have to do it by my phone. I'm not sure what would happen if I tried to link it through here. Any and all printing help is welcome. Share your techniques. Okay, let's see here. Guess. I don't know. Do I do the chest hydraulics in yellow or blue and then paint them yellow later? What do you think, JK? Yellow? And just like paint them blue? Or put the blue ones on and paint them yellow in different areas? Because they're going to be like this, essentially. Two-tone. I think you'll find that a lot of the 3D printing community, they're really nice guys. Every last one of them. You don't perchance remember his name, do you? I might know him. I might actually be following him. I don't think it's... I didn't post it? You may be able to just send me through like a private chat or something like that, or a DM, direct message. If you give me the guy's name, Painted for Combat. That does sound familiar. Give me 2 seconds. There we go. Some chest hydraulics in there. I think I kind of like the yellow. Okay. Phone. Painted for Combat. me a second.
Resin to FDM 1.4 is out now.
There we go. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm actually subscribed to him. I actually am subscribed to him. I'm subscribed to so many guys. Every once in a while, I don't get to see their new stuff that comes up, but I have seen his work in the past. Yeah, he's a good guy. Nice kid. They're all youngins. Okay, now comes the fun part. Getting this guy in there. You know, the thing is like, there's always that battle of trying to make FDM look like resin. And you can do it. It's just a matter of, do you want to wait the time and do the tuning? And people are getting closer to it. Because, like, resin really builds up the layers fast. It just dips, hits it with the light, does a whole layer at once, and keeps going back and forth like that. And it takes a fraction of the time. The only problem with resin, well, one of the many problems with resin is it's brittle, typically. And it's toxic. And it can stink up your house, you know, and it's messy. And then you have to provide cleaning chemicals, and then you have to cure it. You know, you have to have a curing station. And FDM, you don't have to do any of that. You know, Blender, yeah. Blender tool to resin FDM. Oh yeah. Believe me. No, it's just a plugin for Blender. I've seen that one. There are a couple of other ones too. Like I think there's for Octoprint, they have a resin to FDM support system. And then on top of that, there are tree supports, and they're very similar. And if you tune those properly, you can get pretty much the same results too. It's just about messing with your settings. And like with all FDM printers, no two FDM printers are alike. So one's going to work better than the other, and you have to fine tune each FDM printer you have. Now let's get this guy hydraulic up. Take off your carapace here. There we go. Oops. Oh, it is. It's so toxic. And they say it's even cancerous, and I'm like, I'm not sure I want to mess with that too much. I mean, I am going to do some resin printing for like my small miniatures, maybe, but like you got there, if I can get resin quality or near resin quality with FDM with like a 0.2 nozzle, I'm just going to go for that and say screw it to the resin, because I'd rather just wait the time it takes to make a non-hazardous version. There we go. And I gotta put this bracket in here and lock it down. I mean, resin does give you some amazing results. But after you do it a couple times, it gets kind of, you know, tiresome having to scrape it off the plate, get it into a bath, separate the supports, treat it, UV treat it properly, and then, you know, if you don't put drain holes in it, for example, in some of the larger pieces, you could have resin sitting in a bubble inside of the print, and then it can explode out on you. So there's a lot of prep to it, and then there's the toxic aspect of it. So I don't know. I have them, I just don't really break them out. but eventually I may. Let's see here. There's that. Now we gotta get this guy drilled properly across here. I think I did that before. It seems pretty easy. Crackfox Studios. Let me check. I might have him too. You never know, but I'm always collecting names. The more, the merrier. Oh yeah. Oops. Yeah, I've definitely seen his work too. He and Uncle Jesse. If you haven't seen Uncle Jesse, check him out. He does a lot of Marvel stuff as well, and it does a lot of He does everything. Uncle Jesse's an amazing guy. He does big props like, what do you call it? Mandalorian masks and Iron Man stuff. I mean, all of that. And he does a really good job. This one here. Let's see here. Also, you should check out Once in a Six-Sided is what it's called. I believe he's an Australian fellow. He makes some wonderful prints as well, too. Okay, man. I'll sharpen this one up. There we go. Let's see, are we through yet? Nope. There we go. Yeah, man. Well, the application is pretty limitless for 3D printing. That's the best part about it. I mean, I've done a lot of remanufacturing of parts that you can't get anymore, like for old houses and stuff like that. Some of the houses around here are from the 1960s, and they need a lot of parts you can't find, and it's easier just to recreate them than to try and source new old stock or replace it with something else entirely. And it also benefits you. Let's see here. Okay, there's that. And this guy. Upper bracket. Let's see here. There's one guy I follow. He does G.I. Joe vehicles and expansions for original G.I. Joe vehicles, and it's pretty impressive stuff that he does too. And he sells them, he makes a bunch of money. He does reproduction of G.I. Joe vehicles you can't find anymore. And the quality is next to none. It's all to scale. And I've seen other guys who actually recreate old He-Man figurines that you can't find anymore either. Don't worry about it. Your English is better than mine. I'm not counting. There's not going to be a spelling contest. There we go. Your English is just fine, my friend. There we go. This back up. This is the fun part. Let's see here. Come on. Get it in the hole. Yeah, it looks like I'm getting there. So where is my... There we go. The part's good and stiff, that's for sure. Ah, there we are. I guess I'll need to cross pin that for now, because we're gonna have to take it apart again later anyways when we paint it. Can you put your own model together, guy? Come on. There we go. There's the chest hydraulics. Looking good. I gotta do the rear. That's, you know, I was kind of thinking doing the same thing too. Well, with these things, like, you know, with printed out models, you can do that, you know, and save a lot of money. And there's a game system called One Page Rules, and it's free to everybody. And it's just one page of how to play the game, and it plays just like Warhammer, except the rules are much more simplified. And you can do it with any models you want. And I mean, that's the way I'd go, you know, because if you were going to buy like Warhammer, God love them, you know, it's going to cost you a pretty penny, especially now that they've got the 11th edition out and stuff like that. But there are tons of proxy models. You could build your own army, and one page rules, you use them all. I say go for it. Let's see here. This guy out of the way temporarily. Make sure we're seated. Okay. And let's see if we can't cross pin here. That's not seated yet. Okay. Yes, one page rules. Give me a second, I see if I can find a link. This bugger wants to fight me. Got an idea. And all the rules are downloadable, totally free. Come on. Get in there. Yeah, no worries. And like, they've got like a fantasy game. They've got a Grim Dark, which is the Warhammer version. There that goes. I think they have a cyberpunk game. They got a skirmish game. They got all kinds of stuff. All right. There we go. I'll just pin it with one pin for tonight to hold it in place. There we are. It's working as planned. You can actually get physical copies of the one-page rule system in like a book, and that helps support their website. It's pretty cool of them. And then they have like what they call a rules calculator. So like you've got this guy here, and it's a big stompy robot. And in the grim dark universe that they have there, it's called I think Titan Lords or something like that. And then you just have it. You take the calculator, you punch in the weapon systems and the model, and it gives you like how many hit points it has and speed and damage and stuff like that. And that's how you apply it to the game. I know. Check, just feels good, I gotta tighten the hips up here, but that's pretty easy to do. Just go back here and give this guy a couple twists. And that joint stiffens up pretty quickly. There we are, that's better. I still need to put some TPU in there to help them stiffen up, but just using the screwdriver works for now. That one's real tight. That's better. And now they're stiff. That will hold position. Okay, second hydraulic set. Let's see here. Those are kind of rough. I think they could use a little sanding. I'm actually printing out the rifle for him right now. How many weapons does he have? Okay, let's see here. There's the Maximilian machine cannon. There's the Jolly Sod, which is the big artillery cannon. There's the auto cannons on the chest. There is the Baxter Bulldog, which is this guy right here. It's a pistol weapon, which you can dual yield. There's the Maximilian machine cannon traditional version, which is this guy right here. And then there is the squad automatic version. And the squad automatic version is a handheld version of that like this, which you can also separate and use as a gun arm if you wanted to. This one's air cooled as opposed to be water cooled. Lower rate of fire. But yeah. And I think that's it. So, and the armor mortiser. This guy, the diesel-driven giant chain weapon. Shield? Yes, thank you for reminding me. I do have a Manta shield for him. There you are. And that slides over here when you cross pin. I'm sorry, I think I got these arms backwards. Okay, well, when you cross pin the wrist, you can pin this guy onto it as well. So he'll have a shield there. I think I'm still going to do a few more improvements on that guy before I release it. I think I'm going to make it more snap-on. So yeah, that's his shielding system. Otherwise, he's just got reactive armor. He's a hardened armored target. This guy's not quite on there yet. And there's one last little guy who I haven't mentioned yet, and that is Tiny Tim. Tiny Tim is the top-mounted turret that goes above the carapace here, and it is a piece that bolts on here. It's a dual anti-personnel machine gun as well. Where is Tiny Tim? Where is he? I'm not seeing Tiny Tim, but we'll have to find him. Yeah, when it comes to one-page rules, I think you can make any rule you want. You could say they have like, plasma shields and stuff like that too, if you wanted. I don't think anybody care. Yeah, just depends on how you want to play the game. Like I know with Vexus, I'm going to give him what I call the uh, Tesla shield. He'll have a Tesla coil on his back that projects an arc that hits anything that tries to penetrate his perimeter. There we go. Get that bracket out of here. Okay. Yeah. This little ukulele. No, I was thinking like Tiny Tim is in like, Tiny Tim needs his operation, governor, from Christmas Carol. Because he's always sitting on Bob Cratchit's shoulder, right? Well, in this case, on this guy's shoulder is Tiny Tim the turret, I still need to print him out too. Well, actually, I thought, wait a minute. No, I know I do have a Tiny Tim turret here somewhere that I need to put together. That's crazy. And then, like Vexus, he has a turret on his back too, but it's not named Tiny Tim. It's Little John from Robin Hood. And it's a guided rocket system. Where's Tiny Tim? Bloody hell. I know I bagged up the Tiny Tim. Oh, I know where it is. With the other Caractacus kit that I haven't finished. There you go. Give me a second. Trying to find the other part of Tiny Tim here. Actually, I should finish building this guy because it is a beautiful color. Yeah, Tom. That'll be the next one, or Thumbelina to follow it, So, okay, just snap this guy together. Come on. So, sorry, I'm going to have to hold this together by hand. But here's the carapace from the other one that I'm making. And you can see that's Tiny Tim up there. This little turret system. It's not glued together yet, but it can move. Like you can pose it, twisting it and rotating it. And it just snaps right on and off of the turret. Oops. There we are. And I'll put this guy together next once I'm done with this fella. Thank you for reminding me about that one. I'll bear that in mind for the next small top-mounted weapon system I come up with. Or we could call it Napoleon. Napoleon wasn't that big, so he's kind of like Tiny Tim. Probably looked, Tiny Tim in the eye. Okay, I almost forgot how to do the cross pin here. Otherwise, it'll be impossible to put that cross pin in. I don't know if you guys have it up in Canada, but there's a store. You might want to see if you have one. It's called Micro Center. Oh, Gulliver's Travels. That was the Lilliputians. That's one of them. You know, they were the little guys. Yeah, Lilliputians. Lilliputians or Littleputians, something like that. I love that cartoon from the old days, from the 60s, or was it the 40s? Classic. Oh, that sucks, man. Micro Centers are great. I mean, it's just wall to wall computer components, 3D printing stuff, you name it. Do you have like an equivalent there? Like a place that sells 3D printers and stuff? Okay. Canada Computers. It sounds like an old mom and pop store, like Smith's Computers, you know? Actually, I'll put these two together first. There we are. And is that going to be long enough? So we can just push it through that way. Use the table to our advantage. There we go. Ah, a perfect fit. Gotta work the joint a little bit so it's not super stiff. Cool. Oh, nice. See, you did it at the right time. And we were talking about that the other day. Like, you know, if you built your computer like a year ago, year and a half ago, you missed all the heavy duty prices. Same thing. I did the same thing. It's fun. It's more fun to make your own computer anyways, too. You know. I could never understand the idea of buying a uh pre-made gaming computer, you know, when it's become so easy these days. What kind of video cards did you get? Can I get in there? Ah, daft. 5K for both? That's not bad. That's pretty good. Because it can go up real quick. I mean, uh, yeah. I bought like, you know, at the time, the second best video card on the market for Nvidia. Because they never go for the top card. Like, you know, when you see like bench tests and stuff like that, it's always marginal. It doesn't really matter, you know, especially early on when the drivers haven't come out and they haven't improved it. But that card went up like $400 overnight. It was ridiculous, you know. I mean, I thought I spent too much on it to begin with, but after the memory crunch, and everybody's, you know, scrounging for memory, boy oh boy, prices just shot through the roof. And I doubt they've come down. Now let's see if we can't get this guy. Get it in the hole. Come on. You know what? I'm just gonna come from the rear with the gear. Ah, okay. Yeah, you know what's funny is I used to be a big AMD guy, and then like Pentium kind of overtook AMD, and then a few years later AMD took over Pentium, and like they're constantly battling back and forth like for video card supremacy, and it's just like a matter of like months until they're like, well, we benchmark higher than you. I mean, it's good that they have competition. You know, I do love AMD though; it's a good company. Let's see. Okay. There we are. And for the longest time, I wouldn't buy Pentium or Nvidia, because they were shit. Pardon my language. But then they caught up, and then they got surpassed, and then they got back up, and then they got surpassed, and on and on and on. Oh yeah, I'm rocking the uh, i9 right now, and it's been a dream as well. You know, it was a tough call this time around when I was making my computer whether to go with AMD or uh, Pentium and Nvidia. But I haven't had any problems, fortunately. I used to do only water cooled, but I went back to air cooled this time because I just figured it was just easier, less trouble. There we go. Okay, so those brackets are in there now. And now we gotta do the Zilloa. There we are. What the hell? How can I have 133 views or viewers? That doesn't make any sense. Well, either I suddenly became super popular or they're glitching out over there at a restream. 133. That can't be right. Hold on. Whoa. Now that's crazy. It says right now that I've got over 100 viewers on YouTube. I wonder how that happened. Either I'm getting bot farmed or suddenly the few fans I have showed up. That'd be nuts. It can't be right. Okay. That is a little stiff. Let's align that a bit. Love playing Don't my son. Yeah, I know, right? It's a good question. Is with games these days, do they actually require these kind of supercomputers we're putting together for gaming? Because often enough, the games are not finished. So what we're playing is, in effect, like a beta version of the game, and we're just kind of powering through it with a really powerful computer. Because I, I mean, I'm not the only one who's noticed this, but like a lot of games, their graphics haven't gotten that much better. You know, um, and it's like they can't be much more demanding than previous versions of games that we've had. And it's like, are we really using our hardware to its fullest extent? Why is it not going through? I'm gonna have to give it the hammer. There we are. Little tap tap taparoo. There we are. And think. Now, behold, rear hydraulics. all functioning. Cool. Now we can. Oh, the Indiana Jones game. Yeah. And it looks good, but it's not that impressive. I mean, like, what could it possibly need? Hey, give me 2 seconds, guys. I'm gonna go check my print and see how we're doing. Make sure I don't have a spaghetti mess waiting for me. Looking good. Okay. So that's it for those hydraulics. Now we got to put the turrets on. This one little part I had forgotten to print for like a week, and I finally got around to it today. I mean, what's complicated? Like, what old games do you play? I mean, I still play old games. Like, I'm an XCOM guy. I'll play XCOM to the day I die. Like, when I'm in the retirement home hooked up to all kinds of machines, I'll still be running DOSBox playing XCOM. It's a great game. Masters of Orion 2. I mean, emulation of any kind of Nintendo and all that as well. There we are. Now comes the fun part to see if this fit as well. Oh, that's good. Cool. Let's see here. I believe that's the right side. When in doubt, look at your previous models. Ah, okay. Always keep your prototype on hand so you can reference it. Star Wars Fallen Order, that's a good one. What was the one in Star Wars Dark Forces? Did you ever play that one? The first person shooter adventure game? Oh, that was so much fun. And like if you go way back, there was um, there was X-Wing, the simulator, flight simulator, space flight simulator. X-Wing, A-Wing, Y-Wing, all that. And then they had the TIE Fighter simulator come out. And that, oh man, when I finally got to play a TIE Fighter, I was like, chef's kiss. That was so cool. Okay. Do you remember Star Wars Galaxies? That was supposed to be like some massive multiplayer online game that you know, millions of people around the world were supposed to be able to go on and have like an economy and a ship, and it was going to create its own storyline and all that, and it totally failed. Oh, really? So you wait, let me get this straight. Okay, I had before that last one. Oh, at least you had a Super Nintendo. You know, Super Nintendo's awesome. I love Super Nintendo. Super Nintendo, and then PlayStation 1 came out. But I mean, there will always be a special place in my heart for Super Nintendo. It had so many great titles. You know, Super Metroid, um, Super Punch Out. It's great. I mean, I used to just relentlessly play Super Punch Out over and over again. And of course, the classic Super Mario Brothers, which everyone loved, and rightly so. Let's see here. I think that I may just pull these shoulders for now. And this is going to be a pain in the butt. Get this armor off. Tighten these up. Actually, I should be able to just move it out of the way, I think. There we go. Yeah. Part of the problem with new games, too, is that there's a lot of grifting out there these days. I've been seeing a lot about Arc Raiders and stuff like that. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Arc Raiders, but it was a really cool game concept at first, a looter shooter kind of thing with pretty decent AI and stuff. But unfortunately, it got hacked, and hackers rule the day. There we go. One turret seems to fit well. Let's just test it with a carapace to make sure that it don't look too bad. I can't believe there's 143 people watching right now. I don't know. I never thought it would happen. Oops. Okay. Does it fit? Yes, that is the right position. And now we shall bond it in place. Well, yeah. When it comes to online games, you will have plenty of stupid people. But, that's part of it. Like my absolute favorite online game will always be Ark Survival Evolved, and hopefully I'll get back onto Ark Ascended. Oh, dang it. And that game it can be very toxic, but it's like one of those games where it has a really good build mechanic and it's got a good adventure mechanic, and it's a huge map, a series of maps you can go on, and you can't if you take your time, if you're not afraid of starting over again and again and again, you will thrive eventually, and you make a lot of friends along the way too. There we are. That may be a little too much glue. Where's my paddle? No. I'm going to turn this guy into a paddle real quick. Show you how to make a quick paddle until you take a piece of TPU. Just squeeze it. And then you cut the tip. And get yourself a nice little glue moving tool there. So you can take the excess off. Wipe it away. Okay, there we go. Can we get, there we go, that should hold it, hopefully. Well, thanks for confirming that. Yeah, I know, I'm like, is it bots? Is like YouTube just like screwing up and sending me like a bunch of bots to watch right now? I know what it is. It's the CIA. The entire first floor of the CIA is watching me right now. Not because I did anything wrong. They just love model building. Right, guys? Your secret's safe with me. Or what's the Secret Service of Canada? What's your CIA called? I hope that's gonna hold. Oh, the RCMP, so that's the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. They do like Secret Service stuff too. I did not know that. Bubba the Wizard. Welcome. Welcome, Bubba. Cast ye spells of peace. Sit down and have a beer and watch. Hang out. Be ye a good wizard. Come on. So, well, I guess Bubba here is one of the 144 people who are watching right now that is not a bot. That just came out of nowhere. I mean, for like what, the last 3 or 4 nights, 4 or 5 people topped. And then just as we're sitting here talking, JK and Bubba, all of a sudden 144 people show up. Weird. Or at least you said it was what? 141 on your side, yeah. Spooky. There be the clippers. All right. Just test fit. Looks good. That could be it too. You know? I doubt it's because of my looks. No, you know what it is? The Mug Soda Company is looking for a new sponsor, and I think they may have found it. So they sent their bots over here to help with the algorithm. That's delicious. Pay me. There we are. Hey, man. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's root beer. Don't say that, Bubba. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Just remember that. There's somebody for everyone out there. Hell, you're probably married already. Okay. Yeah, I've always been a root beer fan. Actually, my my guilty pleasure as of late has been dirty sodas. I don't know what it is about them, but I've been hopelessly addicted to them. Like a Diet Dr. Pepper with a little bit of creamer in it, like sweet creamer. It's just freaking awesome. I recommend it. Come on, get in there. There we go. We should get a good bond. So where you from, Bubba? Okay, squeeze that a little more over. Can't get a good angle. Yeah, I look like a fat Oompa Loompa. There you go. Ah, okay. Washington. That's a nice rainy state. We just had a guy from Oregon in here the other day, too. West Coast, man. Cool. Well, JK's from Canada, the other side, but further north like you are. Okay. Put that there, and that fits good. Let's test the other one here. So, Bub, are you into 3D printing? I look like a stick with no girl. So, okay, we got an Oompa Loompa, and then we got a stick. So he's the fat Oompa Loompa. You're the skinny Oompa Loompa. You know. I'll be Willy Wonka. There we go. Cool thing, JK. So, tell me about yourself, Bubba. You into model building, 3D printing? JK there, he's getting started. You know, after he saw what he could do with these things, he's like, I'm going to get one of these suckers and get going. Because they are fun. Now let's put this clip over here. If I can get it there. Come on. I think I need sharper clips. Oh, okay. Which minis do you paint? Should I guess Warhammer? Come on. Dagnabbit. Daft. How did I get it on that one and not this one? Orcs. My man. I love orcs. Orcs and big stompies, you know. Yeah, orcs need love too. Yeah, I love their lore. Now, I listen to a lot of like lore on orcs and stuff like that. Magruk, Thraka. My personal favorite story is about Tuska Daemon Killer, you know. Oh, this guy? This is the Caractacus. It is a model that I designed. And it is for tabletop use with one-page rules, or just for building for fun. But it's essentially a knight proxy that is fully articulated. You know, none of the parts are compatible with an actual knight. It's a little bit taller, but I want to. I was going to build a knight kit, and I looked at the kit and I was like, it doesn't move. You know, and I got frustrated. I said, I'm just gonna design my own. So I did. And if you ever get into 3D printing, go to that QR code there. It'll take you over to where you can download the files for free. Yeah. You want to see something neat? Let's see a GW Knight do this. Neat, huh? I mean, every hydraulic on this guy moves. Every part. And of course I knock off my clip there. And as soon as I pick it up, it all falls apart. But yeah, I've decided that I'm going to build an army, you know, and I'm going to make every unit instead army with a World War I theme, like similar to a Grimdark one, but it'll have its own unique aesthetics to it. And it'll be for one-page rules or just for people to collect and paint, you know. And I'm going to have this guy. I'm going to have tanks. I'm going to have airplanes. And I have a power armor suit that I'm working on. And then I am going to have regular soldiers as well too. And APCs, you know. And all the weapon systems that would go with them as well too. And they'll all be able to be printed on FDM printers and resin printers if necessary. So this guy, I picked the color theme of a prototype, you know, because that's what he is. Yeah, so there you go. But yeah, I figured use the construction blue for the undercarriage, which eventually will be kind of, as you can see, like I got his face here kind of dirtied up with some black wash that I made and weathered. And this, his whole undercarriage will match this in the end when I paint it. And then all the armor plates will be done this way too, as well. Yeah. And then I'll take some good photos of them, and I'll put the photos on Cults 3D because I've got photos up there now, but they're of the model in the gray like this, you know. So I figured this would be a great opportunity to do some live streaming, show the model being built, get to meet some people, and then paint up a model that I can put online so that it gets it out there more. You know, it entices people to try and make it. Yeah. So yeah, that's my rant. Get these turrets on here. So do you have a favorite war boss for your orc army? A particular green skin favorite of your own? squigs? Oh, I love squigs. They're cute. I mean, they're cute and deadly, you know. Insatiable eaters, I'll send them the oath. There you go. Call them the fridge raiders, you know. Oh, send it to fridge raiders, mate. Captain, someone's raided our refrigerator. No, squigs are great. I mean, they've got all different kinds of squigs. You know, they got everything from squigs that are ornamental, that are top knots, to bomb squigs, which are used in the field. You know, just regular attack dog squigs. I mean, from what I understand in Squig Society, not only are squigs food, but they're also ornamentation as well as companions. You know, and then if you raise a squig properly, long enough, they get big enough to the squigoth, which is like a Titan size level squig that just kind of dinosaur stomps its way through the battlefield and kills everyone. You know, squigs are great, and they're funny, stupid. You know, they're just dumb animals that are funny. Where's the other arm? Ah, there I go again. I'm stupid. I do that all the time. It's right in front of my face. I know. Oh, there it is. Okay, I got these arms right. We'll pin these in here. And my numbers are still at 143 and holding. Let me refresh that just to see if that changes. Yeah, it's definitely YouTube that's pumping the numbers right now. I got one guy on Twitch, and everything else is pure YouTube. Crazy. Crazy night. Okay. I need more crosspin material. There. Man, that's nuts. I don't know, maybe I'm suddenly popular in like China or something, you know, or India. Actually, since this is gray, I'm going to cross pin it with gray. Let me get some gray. That's the best part about these model designs, is that you just use the TPU itself to hold it together predominantly. Outside of a couple screws and bolts that you buy at the local store, it's pretty much all TPU, or no, I'm sorry, yeah, TPU and PLA. Polylactic acid. There we go. And you were asking about the shield earlier. So in this situation, what I do is I would cut the length needed for this arm with a little extra, and then I would back it out and put it through the shield hole here, like so. And then push it back through the other way. Get my fit here to help. There we are. And now the shield, as you can see, is on his arm. And it ain't going nowhere. Oh, PLA and TPU. So yeah, the plastic this is primarily made out of is PLA, polylactic acid. That's this filament, you know. And it's like a polystyrene. It's basically like model plastic. It's about the same durability, about the same heat tolerances. I mean, a spool of this was, I think, $12 US, probably something like 14, 15 Canadian. And you can make, I don't know, you could probably make like 8 or 10 Caractacuses, these models, with just one spool. You know, it goes a long way. But the other one is called TPU. And that is like a rubber or an elastomer is what it's called. And this one stretches and compresses. And like you see how these fingers are stiff. When I build the fingers, you've probably seen it. There's a little piece of TPU that I clip off and put between the fingers, which compresses. So like when I close the fingers, that TPU compresses and it holds it in place. So it gets a grip, literally. No pun intended. You see? And that helps retain the tension on it. Because if this was just PLA with no TPU between the joints, it would grind itself and polish itself to the point where the fingers would be just floppy and they wouldn't function. But as long as there's a piece of TPU in there, it'll maintain its tension and traction. And if it ever wears out, you just put a fresh piece of TPU in, and you are golden. And by the way, JK, when you get your printer, you start printing this stuff out, I want you to post some pictures, man. That's awesome. A 3-foot Gorgonaut. You know what's really funny about orcs is that they're big on scrap, right? Everything's made out of scrap that they salvage from whatever world they take over, right? So their machines are supposed to defy logic, and there's like no two machines are alike. Well, in the old days of GW, I'm not sure how old you are, Bubba, but in the old days of GW, they were okay with you kit bashing things to make orc stuff. And nowadays they want you to buy the kits, but it's like it kind of goes against the idea of the orcs if you don't kit bash, you know. Like I think if a guy comes to a tournament and he's got like full on kit bashed, like machines that represent a machine on the table, but it looks extremely different from everything else. That's proper orky, That's how orcs would do it, That's what makes them fun is that they have like these just random machines they make with guns going everywhere. A 3-foot Gorgonaut. That's freaking awesome. What'd you make it out of? I mean, you said random stuff, but like, was it like mostly FDM or I'm sorry, MDF or and like Coke bottles and things? Dude, JK, you guys got to get on Reddit if you're not. There's a thread called Pour Hammer. It's like being poor, and it's guys who do nothing but that. You know. Um, you could probably find my Twitter account sent there. There may be a direct message thing here that you can link me to uh, through YouTube. You may even be able to post it in the chat here. I don't know. Like I'm still figuring out the live streaming thing. But where there's a will, there's a way. We can figure it out. Let's get this guy tapped. Watch I find out that all these people that are watching are like some alien spacecraft hovering over my house, transmitting to their home planet. Come on. Don't want to push too hard because that is a very delicate zone. I mean, you can always try and drag and drop an image into the chat, see if that'll do it. Or you can post a link, You see, and that's proper orgy. You know what you should do? Like I said, go to Reddit, get an account, and go to Pourhammer, r/Pourhammer, and post that, and everyone will go nuts. Because that's what they do. They just find random bips and bops and put it together, Yeah, it's Flock. Dang it! I got 146 flock cameras on me. I'm not nervous. I'm not doing anything illegal. That's funny. I knew it. Fuck. Do they have that crap up in Canada too? Freaking flock. I should have tapped these and put them together before I glued them on. Ugh. What? Oh, that's not working. Okay, I need to clean that up. Kind of goof there. All right, let's try this again. Well, I hope you guys don't get it. It seems like just a big grift, to be totally honest. Get in there, guy. Grr. Let's try the other one. I hope this isn't one of those situations where I have to redesign the part, but it wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, Bubba, check out the Reddit channel Pour Hammer. It's a lot of fun. A lot of cool people in there, and a lot of cool designs. And what's really interesting too is like a lot of guys in the Pour Hammer site, they do a lot of paper and cardboard construction, and then they paint them to the nth degree. And some of them, you would swear, were actual GW kits of like Land Raiders and stuff like that. It's almost impossible to distinguish them. Okay, I think I got this guy. That felt good. Ah, there we are. There's the flavor. Leave it a little long in the back. And let's test the movement. There we go. And we're good. We have auto turret. So we can't get this guy to go through properly as well. Keeps pushing out. Daft. I'm going to have to put a clamp on this guy. I hate to reprint it, but if I got to, I got to. Where are the clamps? I had a bloody clamp. Yeah. It looks okay. It's not like I was kind of hoping that the bosses would look a little more bossy, you know, and they would take a little more risk with their design. They just kind of seem meta, you know, to a certain degree. Yeah, isn't that fun, JK? But yeah, I was like a little bit concerned with the way that the orcs were the kits are coming out. I mean, they didn't look like they added too much to them. Like I like the new weird boys. They look really cool. But the like when it comes to the bosses and the knobs, I really want to see some new stuff, some new designs. And they just kind of I don't know, wasn't too impressed. But take what you get. I mean, how often do orcs get an update? It's so rare. Okay, come on. Ah, snap. I'm gonna have to reprint this. Urgh. Oh well, that's what happens. Unfortunately, chewed up the top there. So I have to reprint this part. I'm not sure I'll be able to salvage this. That sucks. Maybe I can, no, that's just not gonna hold. Shoot. Oh well. That's how this game rolls. So, I think they look a little bit normal. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. It's almost as if like the creative team just kind of ran out of ideas, you know. But do you have a particular plan that you or plan, not plan, clan that you paint for? Like snake bites, bad moons. Who do you prefer? Who's your clan? Let's see here. Let me see inside that guy really quick. Yeah, it looks clean in there. Be right back. I'm gonna check that print, and then we can get this guy reprinted. A few more minutes on that guy. He's sitting pretty. Oh, Goffs, yeah. The biggest, baddest, and toughest. Of course. Yeah, I've always liked the commandos and the shoot. Put a longer piece in there. Get in there. It's not the what is the what's the pirate group called? Why am I blanking on that? We dropped down two. Oh man, now I'm down to 3 people watch. Yeah. Oh my god. What the heck is going on? Well, hey, I felt good about myself there for a moment, guys. It's cool. I felt artificially boosted, but it's boosted nonetheless. Come on. Get in there. Why are you fighting me? Is it on there? Okay, it's on there. That's funny. There's probably some guy, over at YouTube headquarters. He's like, "Oh, geez, we juiced that one up too much," and they're like, "Turn it down," Yeah, I'm trying to get on around 10:30 at the latest every night, you know, and until I have nothing else to build. But I was thinking, let me get your guys' opinion, because like I'm not always going to have a model to build, but I have my design to do as well too. So like I was thinking about doing a setup where I'm showing myself designing the parts and stuff like that as well, and we can hang out and talk and stuff like that too. But for now, it's building this guy and painting him. Once he's all together, at Central Time, yes, Central Standard Time. I'm in Missouri, so see, that's loose too. Son of a bitch. All right, I'm going to print up 2 more of these. Maybe I need to modify it. Well, it pops in there. Yeah, 10 to 10:30 is when I want to start. I noticed that there is an option to send out a notice about my scheduling, so I'm going to try and do that. But you know, I have a wife and kids, so they are always on me about something. So sometimes I get delayed a little bit. Like tonight, I was delayed about half an hour. But I'm going to try and get on regularly, because everybody needs a third place to go to in their life. Hanging out, talking hobby, love it. There we go, he's getting there. Just stuff this guy in here for now. But yeah, once he's done, we still have a whole bunch of weapons platforms we have to make for him too. Oh, they're teenagers. Demanding teenagers. I know. You know how that is. You're 57, you've been through it. Hey, my wife, she's about 5 years old sometimes, you know, the way she acts. Ow. This goes here. Boom. Let's pin that. Oh, wow. That's they grow so fast, man. I mean, I know you know that. It just oof. And their demands change overnight. And they become these, you know, young adults who know everything about everything. I mean, your daughter's being 29. Good gosh, that's a one of these days. My little girl's gonna be that way too. She's getting ready to get her driver's license, so it's like, oh, I'm scared. I fear for others. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, ours is gonna be starting on the 24th, I believe. You guys start a little earlier than we do. How about you, Bubba? Are you in school? Or are you an old fart like we are? I'm 47, just in case you're wondering. Well, I'm going to be 47 on the 20th. Good gosh, that's 2 days away. Come on. Get in there. Oops. Where We're the old men, JK. The old men. There we go. So he's coming together. Yeah. I'd say I'm perpetually 40. That's about where I'm at, you know. Boy, that last print's taking its time. One more second, be right back. Let's see how it's going here. Okay. I'm in high school in 2 weeks. Oh, okay. Are you starting high school? Like you could be a freshman? Well, now that we got most of his body together here, I will do the gauntlet hands. Joy. Oh, okay. So you're like 14, 15 years old. Yeah. I remember those days. Notice here. And oh man, these guys. Okay. Oops. There we go. I guess maybe it does rub off on you, you know, when you're around a younger crowd. They tend to affect you. You learn the lingo. There we go. Get the right parts here. So you see the gauntlet hand's got a bigger paddle on one side as opposed to the fingers. You see the comparison. Well, those fingers are stiff, but that's good. Yeah. Do you have like a club at your school that you play with other kids? Because I've heard about that. You know, some places have that. And are you using GW only paints? Oh, you did. So something happened, huh? That sucks. You say we did, like what happened to it? Did the school shut down the club or something? Oh, okay. Oh, no, that sucks. That really sucks. Like when your local store shuts down and you got nowhere else to go. I've heard that one plenty of times. Okay, what we got here? What time is it? Oh, we're coming up on 2 hours, so gonna take the last few moments to talk to you guys here. So once I cross that 2 hour mark, I am off to bed. So I got an early morning. Midnight here. officially. I've heard about that one. There's a guy on here, his name is Northern Exile, and all he talks about is GW stuff, like Games Workshop experiences, because he used to be a manager for a store. Okay, so you're just slightly behind me. That's cool. Actually, and Bubba's in Washington. He's probably like 10 o'clock right there. We've got 2 hours ahead of us. But yeah, the this guy in Northern Exile talked about that. Like a lot of people come in to hang out and waste the employees' time, but they don't actually buy anything or contribute to the community. Unfortunately, and that tends to kill a store. Yeah, 10. So you'll have to tune in sooner. So at my time it'll be, let's see here. Yeah, so it'd be 8 o'clock your time when I start up here at 10. Yeah. With what little math skills I have. I figured that out, I think. Okay, now where's the thumb? That looks like a thumb. A little shorter than the rest. There it is. So that's, nope, now we need a knuckle. A good clean one. We see, Bubba, it's up to you now. You have to start the new club. You've got to get everybody interested again. You've got to go to GW and be like, hey, I want the contract to run the store when I graduate from high school. Build the community back. So there's a mock-up of the gauntlet hand. Oh, almost forgot the wrist. There we are. So tomorrow we'll put TPU in that guy and pin it properly. Oh, I'm over 2 hours now, gentlemen, and I must be going. Sorry to say. Too bad that 140 people didn't stick around. That was weird, but one for the angels, I guess. What a story that'll make. I can't wait to tell my wife I had 140 people on last night, but I don't think they were people. I think they were bots. But either way, I had 140. Yeah, sorry, I gotta go, bud. It's midnight here, and I gotta get up tomorrow. I do property management, so I gotta run all over town and fix things for people. So come back tomorrow, subscribe, on YouTube. It'll let you know when I'm live streaming. I'll try and put out a notice that I'll be live streaming within an hour of me doing it. That way you guys know. And I'll see you all tomorrow, okay? JK, take care. Bubba, take care. The one other person who's watching who's never said anything, take care. And I'll see you all tomorrow in 3, 2, 1.